Mr. Sieh, thanks for doing this book. I'm actually scanning through a couple of chapters here, and I'm actually on chapter 23, where you talk about his family. I don't see much about his dad or his mom, and then were you able to interview his family, especially we would like to know about his upbringing, especially there's so much different about his dad. Were you able to interview any one of his siblings or any aunts or uncle to get some true story about that?
I was able to talk to kids of his friends who grew up watching him practice and play. You know, in Africa it's very difficult to have people of the first family talk about what they're doing. So I reached out to the first lady, and I kept calling, they kept promising to talk, what I was able to gather on her end was an interview she did with some Jamaican station talking about relationship with George Weah. And that's how we captured that aspect of it. The information that I found about his family, his mother and father, that are in the book, in that same chapter. So I did manage to find things that I thought would make the book complete, but the thing about Liberia is this. I specifically chose the people who came here today because I wanted you all to know how bad this country is. When I was at the lowest end of my life,
Big boys do cry.
He has a heart.
Big boys do cry.
He has a heart. He has a heart.
when I was at the lowest end of my life, those people were there. My sister Kari will full to the prison. She'll be fighting, working tooth and nails to make sure I was out. I remember one time when I went to the prison the first time, I came out of the prison, out of the court, and a very prominent lawyer called me. He said, because at that point, no lawyer wanted to touch me because they were afraid of what would happen if they represent me. So I come out of the courtroom, and this lawyer tells me, I wanted to represent you, but you know how Liberia is. If I had gone in that court with you, I would not win any case in this court. A very prominent. I say this to say that Liberia is not a country where you can freely talk about a sitting president, especially if you have relations to him. They're all afraid that we'll be sidelined, they will be, sidestepped, or, and that was the most difficult part of writing this book. I really wanted to go deeper, in all of the questions you're asking, but it was just difficult because of that thin red line we have in this country. That because my brother, my sister, my aunt owns or runs in the government, and this person is writing about them, I can't associate with them. I have very few friends. Very few friends. Some of them are here, Elias, Walter McCarthy, they're all people that I'll hang out with once in a while. My cousin Warwin is here, Lillian, Bai, and I always tell my reporters that you have to want something so badly that you'll do anything to get it. I remember the first time I wrote an editorial. My uncle, Mr. Best, I don't call him uncle among the other people because I don't want people to think I'm because of my uncle. So I said I always call him Mr. Best. And he said, I went to the office that day. He said he looked tired. He said, Rodney, do my editorial. That's my first time writing an editorial. I didn't know what to write about. I just wrote it because it was how you learn from those who come before you. And they always taught me to persevere. People wonder why I'm so aggressive or I'm arrogant, I'm stubborn. I've heard the noise, but I wanted this so badly that when I was growing up, when the Observer started, I wanted to sell newspapers. So, and I wanted to be the best newspaper boy in Liberia. And I boasted about it. I would go to school in the morning, while everybody selling. After school, I didn't have one paper left. I would upsell everybody who started before me because I built relationships with people. I go to ELBC, I have my whole team list of people to buy from me, and I have my routes. If they don't see me, they won't buy it. And I really wanted to be a journalist. And because I saw Mr. Best, I saw Mr. Ports, they were in my offspring, and I wanted to be what they were, or what they are, who they are. And Mr. Best always taught me that no matter how hard it looks, it's easy. You have to put your mind to it. And when I hear people saying things about my stories or what I write, I'm one person, you will customer, whoever on my story, I don't even reply to you. And I hope and pray, people say, oh, you want to be a politician? I don't want to be a politician, but I hope and pray all the politicians in this country will have a tough skin to criticism. Because if you don't have a tough skin, there will not be an April 12th. There will not be an April 14th. There will not be a 1985. We killed 13 people in this country for corruption.
See what happens today.
April 14, the price of rice was an issue. Today, the price of rice is 10 times what it was April 14, 1979. And I always hear about reconciliation, about how we need to reconcile the country, and X, Y, and Z, but you killed those people April 12th, April 22nd. And today, in the House and the Senate, prove it wrong, there's not one American Liberian there. And the corruption is 100 times more than it was then. So, to change this country, you have to be bold. And a little bit crazy, which I'm willing to be. And you cannot be fixing a country and be weak. You have to be tough. And every time we try to make changes, we cry for change, we cry for change. The government corrupt, the government corrupt. I remember I was a little boy sitting in my burial room when the national anthem played. That morning, they were the shootings. And Doe came on the radio. We're gonna end rampant corruption in Liberia. I still hear the echoes in my ear, like it was yesterday. And rampant corruption still continues today in this country, unabated. But yet, the next few weeks and months, you'll be hearing the cries, I will fight corruption. I will do this, I will do that. I have a confession to make. During the 2005 election, when I interviewed George Weah, people said, oh, Rodney Sieh man. And I carried that baggage for years. I think the baggage was because when I interviewed him in Washington, D.C. hotel, downtown, he said some things that later became controversial about his French citizenship, about his school and all that. And I think some of the people say I trapped him, and that's why we never hit it off. But I actually wanted Weah to win because I wanted to show people that even if he's president, I will still do what I'm doing. Even whoever becomes president next, this person you see will be the same person. Because I'm not a politician. The club I'm from, the outer port, the Kenneth Best, they're all inside me. This is our family's sacrifice for this country. And you can say what you want to say about me. I'm crazy, this. Yeah, I accept it. I accept it. But if you think I'm going to change who I am, I'm not. I'm sorry. So you can call people not the judgment day. I will still be who I am. I will still keep writing. I will still keep doing things. And some of my entire, I think my usual, some of them are here. When I'm tough on you, it's because I want you to be better than I am. Yes, yes. Because we have to keep this circle going.